Yo, what's going on, man? Today is December the 8th, 2022. We got a three-game NBA card for today. So let's get into it and break it down real quick. I'm always recapping yesterday. I gave out three official plays. I gave out a lot of other things that I was looking at, but we had a 2-on-1 day. The Bet US played it in cash yesterday. Really frustrating. I took the Memphis Grizzlies and the Oklahoma City first quarter over 58.5, and some bad shooting in that one to start. Closing line value, Dort got ruled out, which is one of the better defenders, and they still didn't get over. OKC struggled, which they typically haven't in the first quarter, but they struggled to score. They also played a little defense and made it hard for Memphis to score as well. So we lost on that play. We cashed on the Celtics minus the 1.5, and we also cashed on the Knicks first half minus the 0.5. Strong lean towards the Magic plus the 7.5. Plus the 7 yesterday, 6.5. They end up winning outright. Didn't get that one out official. Timberwolves team total over 60.5 for the first half. That cashed as well. Paulo over the 26.5 points and rebounds. That also cashed. Ant finished on the hook. Liked him at 26.5. He finished with 26. Giannis finished at 41 points plus rebounds. Liked him at 42.5. Jared Jackson Jr. Did not come to play yesterday. Dylan Brooks actually did. So he didn't come close to going over his 26.5 points and rebounds. And then CJ McCollum had 3 assists in the first quarter and finished with 4. So that was a real weird one. Over his 5.5 assists was something that I liked a lot. It actually turned out to be a big day for Killian Hayes. He had double-digit assists yesterday. DeMar DeRozan liked his points yesterday. He had went off in the fourth quarter, covered the 26.5, and then Tatum rebounds at 8.5. Liked that play a lot as well. Those are the plays that I talked about yesterday. 3 official, 2-on-1 on the officials. Tatum really wasn't needed the rebound. They had him at the small forward with both Blake Griffin and Grant Williams in the game. So he wasn't needed the rebound as much, but we move on. So today we got a 3-game slate. Real quick, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button on the tweet, on the show. If you guys are watching on YouTube, greatly appreciate it. Appreciate all the support and all the love. And let's get into the card today, man. Appreciate you guys for being here, especially everybody in the YouTube comment section. If you guys want to watch on YouTube, it is in the tweet that I sent. Subscribe to the video so you guys don't miss any. I'm doing 2 shows a day. Beating the line early in the morning sometimes, and then sometimes we don't. Let's see. KC, good evening to you, my brother. Same thing for you, Matt, Stoney, Markel, Freeminds, what up? Don Player said, I'm gonna need your help today, bro. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. So let's get into the slate then. We only got 3 games. Should be a pretty quick show. We got a lot of games tomorrow, a lot of interesting games tomorrow, too. I'm really excited to talk about the slate for tomorrow when we get there. So first game up. So none of these, if you guys are watching on YouTube, none of these banners are going to be updated because I don't go back in and update them afterwards. This line actually opened at the Clippers -4, I think. Then it went to 4.5 when I capped the game this morning. The total was at 215. Then it's down to 213 to 12.5, I think, right now. I don't got my iPad, but I want to say, let's just check real quick. I want to say 13.5 to 12.5, something like that. I'm going to get you guys an updated line. Give me a second. The line right now is – the line right now is 212.5. So I like it a lot. I like it even more. I tweeted out the video earlier. I got to play in this one. I'm on the under. I'm sorry. I'm on the over. The over 212.5. Over 213.5 is actually what I took it at. I like the line even better now. You get news about Kawhi being ruled out. I talked about it in the video. The Clippers go over a lot more than they go under without Kawhi in the game. PG said he was going to play yesterday. He's going to play. So yeah, let me get my notes up real quick and we can talk about the game. So the Heat, let's start with the Clippers. So the Clippers, they get Marcus Morris back. They get John Wall and Luke Kennard, all expected to play today. Those guys did not play yesterday in yesterday's game. Kawhi is ruled out already, like I said. He played 30 minutes last night. Then on the opposite side, I think everybody is in. I don't know if we got news about Mr. Jimmy Butler, but I wanted to assume that he should probably play today. That's what I talked about on the morning show. But Duncan Robinson, Matt Strus, Oladipo, and Tyler Hero are all listed as as probable in this one. Real quick, let me just make sure we didn't get any updated news um, about Mr. Jimmy Butler. I feel like we haven't. I feel like I've been paying attention all day. I really haven't seen anything on him. Yeah, we didn't get anything on Jimmy Butler, so I think he's officially still listed as questionable. To me, it doesn't really matter though. The Clippers, third game in 4 nights, they beat Charlotte by 2 on Monday. Lost in Orlando last night. Quick turnaround, short, travel, but they have failed to cover their last 4 games. Miami, this is their third game in 4 nights. But they did have yesterday off. Coming in this game off 2 outright losses and non-covers against the Memphis Grizzlies and the Detroit Pistons. They lost by 20. And they were laying 7.5 in that last game against the Detroit Pistons on Tuesday night. I think that was Tuesday because today's Thursday. So one of the things I looked at was, and if you wanted to take Miami, I'm not on Miami officially, but I do think Miami's the right side in this one. So this season, one of the queries that I talked about on the morning show was this season when teams are on their third game in 4 nights and their previous game went to overtime, they're 0-3-1 against the spread in the following game. Dating back to last season, those teams are also 5-18-1 against the spread, only 8-16 straight up. This trend backs the Miami Heat, a cover rate of 79% for tonight's matchup. I don't trust the Heat, and it's specifically because of their defense. Like, it's just been really, really bad. That Detroit Pistons offense is not great, but they made it look really, really great. If you follow Tom, I think his name is Brady Hawks, I think, one of the beat writers for the Miami Heat, he had a breakdown of like why teams are scoring so many points, and like the Miami Heat's inability to be able to stop one-on-one penetration. Like, they just literally can't stay in front of their man. It's like a 5-minute video. If you guys, I don't know if people follow him or not, but I watched the video earlier, and guys are just literally like going by. Like, they're just really like going by. They've taken a big step back defensively, talking about this Miami Heat defense. They ranked 22nd defensively on the season. The Heat are 6-4-1 to the over this season. With an average of about 220 points after a previous loss when Jimmy Butler does play. They're also 9-5-1 to the over in all the games that he's played in, 6-3 to the over in his home games, including 4 straight overs as well. And I think a big part of that is that this team's they still being priced, as far as like a total, as if their defense is the same as it was last year. But when you look at the Miami Heat defense, one of the things I looked at was the Heat defense last year as a home favorite versus this year. It's a 4-point difference as far as points allowed. They're allowing 4 more points this year than they did last year. I think it's like 114 to like 109, 113 to 109, something like that. Like, they're just not as good defensively. And I think, even though this Clippers team plays at a pretty slow pace, pretty sure they got a bad taste in their mouth after getting up against Orlando yesterday. Also, PG functions a lot better without Kawhi in the game as far as like his aggressiveness. I think he had like 11 points yesterday. I know he hasn't looked the greatest since coming back from the injury, but the Clippers are, getting the fresh guys back. I mentioned it already, guys like Marcus Morris, who can fill it up sometimes. Guys like John Wall, Luke Kennard, those are 3 of the offensive players that also don't play the greatest defense. So all of them have the ability to play defense, but with those 3 guys coming back and them losing Kawhi, to me, all that just favors the over even more. The Clippers are also 3-1 to the over as an away dog this season. So yeah, I like the over. I played the over. I know that the market doesn't agree with me, but I'm on the over. I played it at 213.5. I highly endorse it at 212.5. I think both of these teams go over the point total. Also look for Miami to be able to score, especially with the Clippers, not having Kawhi. Miami typically, knocks down a lot of 3-pointers. They run their offense. I think Jimmy Butler comes back and he probably looks extremely fresh after having a few days off. So I'm on the over. I didn't really look at any of the player props in this one. The Clippers are really weird. One thing that I was looking at, and I guess that I do have a little bit interest in, is PG threes. The Heat have not guarded the 3-point line well this year. And if you look at Paul George game logs with just against the Miami Heat in general, he typically plays pretty well. I think he had a 43-point performance in the last game in Miami specifically. And I do think that, second night of back-to-back, you probably don't want to, get to the lane get in the paint and try to, get downhill as much. I do think he settles for some jumpers, and the Miami Heat haven't been the greatest team of being able to guard the 3-point line. So I think, PG probably shoots a lot of attempts. I could see him going over his 3-point prop tonight. I think it's 2.5, but nothing that I'm official on. Just a lean there. Moving along to the next game, Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs. Spreading this one opened at 2.5 in favor of the in favor of the Houston Rockets. If you're looking on the screen, you still see that 2.5. Right now it's 1. So Houston's actually, money's coming on San Antonio. Money's also come in on the under, which I know it's a contrarian look, but I actually like the under in this one as well. I don't think I played at 230, but I wish I could have handicapped the game a tad bit earlier, because this San Antonio team just has not been able to score. And I know Houston's not the greatest defensive team on the road after a win. Like, I looked at all the trends. They're not the greatest defensive team, but San Antonio just really, really, really struggles to score. San Antonio is also really depleted, as far as injury wise. There's a lot of guys on the injury report. So what I have is Jakob Poeltl. He's still, even on the Rocket side, Josh Christopher's questionable. Kevin Porter Jr. is questionable as well. And then on the Spurs side, Jakob Poeltl and Jeremy Socum remain out. And they're scoring I think it's 14 points less without Jakob Poeltl and Jeremy Socum in the lineup. And then you got Romeo Langford listed as probable. Base Diop is out. Doug McDermott is supposed to be playing tonight. Devin Vassell, who's a big part of that offense, is doubtful. And then Josh Richardson is expected to play as well. So I think I still could see this team. Call me crazy. I still could see this team kind of struggling to score. I do think it's a winnable game for them. Looking in the database, you do get a Rockets team that's favorite in this game, which is really, really weird. And one of the things I did was I went back to see how long ago it was that a Rockets team actually was favored. And you got to go all the way back to March 26th, the last time they were favored. They were favored against the Portland Trailblazers in that game. And, the Portland Trailblazers at this point in time, they were, they had all the G League guys in, no Dame. Jeremy Grant wasn't there, of course. All the guys were out. They had a lot of guys. I can't remember all them guys' names last year. But they won that game and they covered it against the Trailblazers. They played them the night before as well, and they won that game and covered it as well. But their one loss did come against the San Antonio Spurs when they were favorites last year. It only happened 3 times. They were 2-1 against the spread and 2-1 straight up. That loss, they were 1-point favorites against the San Antonio Spurs. They lost the game outright, 131-106 on February the 4th. So take with that information to do what you want. I did think that was pretty interesting. Of course, that team had DeJounte Murray, and they were playing for a lot more, not a lot more than Victor Wembanyama. Looking at the Spurs team, just looking at some of the trends, they are now 0-3 straight up and against the spread in games without Jakob Poeltl and Jeremy Socum in the lineup. All 3 of those games have gone under. Like I said, they're averaging just 101 points in those 3 games. The total has come down, and I really, really wanted to bet. I probably will end up placing it, but I haven't placed it yet. The team total over for the Houston Rockets. This San Antonio Spurs team, even if they play hard, I just think that at this point, they just don't have a lot of talent. Like, when you're missing talent, there's only so much you can do. Jakob Poeltl and Jeremy Socum are the 2 better defensive guys. Without Jakob Poeltl, I think, Houston can literally get to the rim whenever it is that they want. I look for Jalen Green to take advantage of that. I also think that, a guy like Sengun, dominates the paint as well. And Jeremy was the guy that was taking on he was a pretty good defender. I know he's still young, but he was he still is a pretty good defender. He's not available to slow down any of these guys. So I still see a lot of points, and I like the team total over for the Houston Rockets. This game just feels a little fishy to me, so I haven't played it. San Antonio has the worst offensive rating at home at only 105.6. Over the last 5 games, San Antonio has a worse offensive rating, has the worst offensive rating and the second worst defensive rating. So I think Sengun has a big night. I actually played Sengun over 8.5 rebounds. I think the 14.5 points is something that's obtainable as well. If you want to play as double-double, I couldn't talk you off of that. But I just feel like every center that the Spurs have played against recently, they've given up at least 10 rebounds to. We cashed on Aiden points plus rebounds in the third quarter, last game, and he flew over the total. Anthony Davis had, and Sengun is no Anthony Davis, of course not. But Anthony Davis had 15, 16, 17, 25, 47 rebounds, against this same team a few weeks ago. So I think it's a spot where Sengun can go over his 8.5 rebounds as well. He's averaging 8.6 on the season too. So I feel like, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. You kind of gotta. For me, it feels like a spot I gotta play. So I did take Sengun over the 8.5. Excuse me, over the 8.5 rebounds in this spot. I also took Eric Gordon, smaller play for me, half unit play. Eric Gordon 3 threes. It's plus 190 when I took it. He's coming off a game where he did make 3. He attempted 8. He gets a matchup against the worst 3-point defense in the league. San Antonio's allowing opponents to shoot 40% from the 3-point line on the season. Eric Gordon has attempted the third most threes on the Rockets and converting only at about 29%. But the matchup to me is more enticing because it's a perfect matchup. You get a pretty good shooter that's shooting in a slump right now, and he gets his eyes probably going to be lit up. I'm pretty sure, I can see him going off in this game. High volume shooter. He's hit at least 3 threes in 4 of his last 6 games as well. So if I can get 3 threes for Eric Gordon at plus 190, I kind of got to take that, especially against a team that's giving up 40% from the 3-point line. So I'm on Eric Gordon 3 threes at plus 190, half unit play. Couldn't talk anybody, off ladder in his threes. I'm not sure what 4 and 5 is, but I just played 3. Half unit play for me on Eric Gordon. I do think a lot of guys going to make a lot of 3-pointers tonight, but I'm on Eric Gordon specifically myself. So Eric Gordon over 3 plus 3s plus 190, and then Sengun over 8.5 rebounds is how I'm looking at this one. Last game is the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers, and this game is very conflicting. Researching this game, I found, some things on both sides. So let's get into it. So Eubanks is listed as probable. Josh Hart is going to play in this one as well. KCP is listed as probable. I think he's going to play. He not return because he played in the last game. Michael Porter Jr. is still out. Denver comes into this one at 14-10 on the season, 8-7 straight up on the road, but just 6-9 against the spread on the road. They are 5-5 in their last 10 against the spread. Denver comes into this game off 3 straight losses and 3 straight non-covers after previously they had won 4 in a row and covered all 4 as well. Portland on the other side, they're 13-11 straight up, 5-5 at home, 3-7 in their last 10 straight up, and just 4-6 against the spread. Portland is 15-9 against the spread this season. That's good for the third best team as far as being able to cover the spread. They have the third best cover rate behind only the Sacramento Kings, who are second, and the Boston Celtics, who are number 1. Portland is also 8-4 straight up and against the spread this season in games that Damian Lillard has played in. And since the start of one of the things I looked at was one of the really conflicting trends, because I feel like it's a Denver spot. Like Denver should bounce back in this spot. They've already lost to this team. I remember watching that game, when Anthony Simons went off in the third quarter, and I think they scored 44 points in that game when Denver had actually been leading throughout the first half. And that's the trend, right? Denver typically blows it in the second half. We cashed with Denver first half on, I think it was Sunday against the New Orleans Pelicans, coming off that loss against Atlanta on last Friday. So since the start of the 2016 season, home favorites that were previous home favorites with 3 days of rest, and they're playing an opponent that had 1 day of rest or less, and their opponents off a previous loss, they're 18-3 straight up and 16-5 against the spread, 13-8 to the under. When you factor in that those teams are in the same conference, so it's a conference games, those teams are 13-1 straight up, 11-3 against the spread, 7-7 to the over under. So that trend backs Portland here. Home favorite, previous home favorite. They do have 3 days rest. And you get this your opponent coming off just 1 day of rest or less, and your opponent took a previous L. So that maybe want to lean towards Portland, but I'm not playing a side in this one. Portland does rank they rank 21st defensively at home. Their defense typically takes a step back. They play better defense on the road, and they're 12th offensively. Denver on the opposite side, they have the 5th highest offensive rating on the road, but they're just 27th defensively on the road. So Denver's defense will never allow me to back them until I can see that they can you consistently get stops. I thought the game on Sunday was a winnable. Well, first let's start on Friday. The you can call it a letdown spot, but not being able to stop the Atlanta Hawks bench guys because they didn't have Trae Young in that game. That was when the whole controversy started about Trae Young missing games, is pretty unacceptable. And then you go to New Orleans, and New Orleans was without Brandon Ingram. They were also without Herb Jones, and you can't stop Zion and Jose Alvarado and Trey Murphy. That's a tad bit concerning. And then, of course, you get Dallas coming into your house off 2 losses. You're off 2 losses. Dallas on the second night of a back-to-back, a 3rd and 4, and you can't stop them either. So for me, it's really hard to get behind this Denver team that like I said, is 27th rated defensively. So I'm not playing aside on this one. I lean Portland, but the play that I did put in, and I'm going back to the well with this one, is Denver first quarter. I think Denver first quarter is, I just took the money line because, it's a pick pretty much. I think if Denver has a chance to win this game, the only way that they do is if they come out and they win the first quarter. Denver has probably, I don't know what the trend is. I don't want to give you guys a false trend, but I don't think I remember a game where Denver goes down and they ever come back and actually wins a game. So if Denver's not winning at the end of the first quarter, and the trends kind of back this one as well, is one of the reasons why I played it the other day. Road favorite, road dog. The line's been kind of flipping back and forth all day. If they're not winning at the end of the first quarter, I don't think they're winning at all. So I did play Denver first quarter money line. I also think Dame's assists are playable. Nuggets allowing the 3rd most assists on the season. Like I talk about, defense is rated 27th. This kind of feels like a game where Dame is facilitating, trying to get guys like Jeremy Grant, trying to get guys like Anthony Simons, their shot attempts. Nurkic as well to make Jokic work on the defensive end. So I think Dame gets his assist, but Dame can always kind of turn it on and off as far as whether he wants to be the passing point guard or he wants to turn into the guy that's actually the flamethrower. So it's really difficult for me to pick between his points and his assists. I don't want to take the combination because I do feel like it could be one or the other. And Anthony Simons gets going, I've seen Dame just, take the keys and give them to Anthony Simons and, just help them build on his confidence if he gets hot at any point throughout the game. So feels like a shootout to me. I got to lean towards the over, but when you look at these conference games, they typically go under. So I know money's come in on the over. So I'm not playing playing the actual total, even though I do think the contrarian look is the under. If you think that Denver has a chance in this one, it's only going to be because of their defense. They're a really good offensive team, but I do think missing Michael Porter Jr. is a big part for them. I think that they need his offense, and I think that's one of the reasons they've been losing games as well, because then you put a lot of pressure on a guy like Bones Highland to come in and have to play well offensively. They don't really have they have guys that can fill it up, but they don't have like a ton. I mean, you think about that second unit. Another reason why I played the first quarter, you look at Jokic, he typically plays majority of the first quarter. So I like that aspect, but not really too much in that second unit, man. You get a guy like DeAndre Jordan in there and everything kind of goes downhill really, really quickly. So I just want to kind of get in with Denver and get out. So similar to the Knicks play, I don't like Denver for the full game, but I will take them in the first quarter. I think Portland probably wins the game. I don't want to do one of those double result type things either. So I just played Denver first quarter on the money line. And I didn't play a player prop in this game, but strong lean towards Lillard over his 6.5 assists in this one. Could be a live game as well. Live betting opportunity in this one. So 4 official plays for me: the Clippers and the Heat over the 213.5. Love the 212.5. Probably won't double dip, but do love that over 213.5. Eric Gordon over, not even over. You can play, his threes were listed at 1.5 and it was juice. So I just went straight to 3. Plus 190 for Eric Gordon to hit 3 threes. Love the value that you get there. Couldn't talk anyone off laddering. I think maybe 43s get hits in that, probably get hit in that game. Both teams may hit 20. Denver first quarter money line, and then going back to that Denver, the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs game, Sengun over 8.5 rebounds. So 4 plays. Clippers, Heat over 213.5. Eric Gordon, three threes, plus 190. Sengun over 8.5 rebounds, and then Denver first quarter money line. Those are the 4 plays I'm on today. Best of luck if you guys telling them. All the 4 of those are official. And then, of course, I got other few leans as well. If you guys have plays, now's the time to send that request. 100 people watching on YouTube. Hit the like button for me if you guys can. Tell your coworker about the show. Your mom, if she's trying to make some money. Whoever. Appreciate you. I can't go back, bro. There's so many comments. I'd be trying to go. I'd like to go back and read the comments. A kid named Coop. I do see this. A kid named Coop said, Dame 12 assists is plus 1,000 on DraftKings. Okay. I don't know if he get the 12, but anything's it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Might be worth a little sprinkle. Without Jokic, that team is plus minus is a minus 200. Euphoria said, Chris, your leans cash. I'm playing Dame assist now. Okay. Hey, take it, my brother. I'm dipping with Nuggets tonight. Revenge game. It is the revenge angle. That was one of the things that kind of kept me off of the game, Fremont. Denver, bad. Denver lost bad first quarter versus Dallas. They did that. That was a home game for Denver. They function better on the road in the first quarter than they do at home. They also just laid an egg in that first quarter. I really did. Man, I hated that spot. I hated the result. I like the spot for sure. All right, cool. I don't know if Vassell plays tonight or not, Luis. I think he's listed as doubtful. We probably won't know until the last minute. That's typically what they do when we get these 3-game slates. So I just capped it as if he was going to play. I think he probably does play. So yeah, send me a request, man, if y'all got anything. And if not, we can make this a real quick show. Let me get to my guy Bookie real quick, and then we'll kind of keep it going from there. Bookie, you connected, my brother? How you doing?
Bro, don't say Vassell's gonna play, man. Come on now. I just first play I'm on is Trey Jones, man. I swear, man. If after being wait, was he doubtful? No, he's doubtful, right?
Yeah. Vassell was listed as doubtful. I don't think we got update information at all.
But I mean, knowing the way the league play goes, he's probably gonna be ruled in last second. But regardless, I'm on a little same game parlay for Trey Jones. I only put a half unit on it just because it is 3 legs. But it's Trey Jones, 6+ assists, 10+ points, and San Antonio plus 9.5. It was plus 100 when you built it out this morning. Now it's up to minus 130 when you build it out on FanDuel. Reason I'm on this is Trey Jones has hit these lines in 2 of 4 games without Vassell, but with Keldon playing, with 1 miss coming against Toronto, finishing with 7 and 7, shooting just 33% from the field. Another miss coming against Minnesota, where he recorded 13 and 3 assists, but on 11 potential. Houston's allowing the most assists and second most points to point guards for the last 30 days, with 9 of 18 point guards playing over 30 minutes hitting these lines. Looking at the players going under, Melton with 9 and 6, shooting just 37% from the field. Jamal Murray, 26 and 4. Bruce Brown twice with 18 and 4, and then 12 and 3. DeJounte, 39 and 3. Trey, 44 and 5. Van Fleet, 32 and 4. 7 of the 9 unders were on the assist by players who aren't pass first point guards like Trey is. This game's going to be a shit show, probably tough to watch, but I'm going to take San Antonio with a plus 9. I feel like that's a safe number with them being the better coach team. Like you were saying, though, too, Chris, I think this is a very valuable game for same-game parlays. I love Eric Gordon on the threes, the 20-plus points. I think that was plus close to 200. I think it's down now. But another play I was actually on for tonight was this is pending the KPJ news. Where did I put this real quick? 1 second. So last season, with KPJ, Eric Gordon was averaging 12.9 points with 2.1 assists, but without KPJ, it jumped up to 14.5 points. And the thing I'm on to 4.1 assists from 2.1. He cleared 2.5 assists in 13 of 18 games without KPG last year, and he had 4+ in 13 of 18 as well, and then 5+ in 9 of 18. During the longest stretch where KPJ was out, Gordon averaged 5 assists on 9.2 potential with 44 passes per game, all the highest on the team during that stretch. And last season, the books did not really adjust. I was on this heavy last season when KPJ was out. They kept the line around 2.5.
Devin Vassell just got ruled out, Bookie. Just came through.
Okay, thank the Lord. But yeah, so I wouldn't advise anyone to place a bet prematurely, but I definitely think the books will adjust heavily if KPJ is ruled out. So I already placed the bet for the over 2.5 assists and 0.2 units on 4+ at plus 200. And the 4+ has moved down to plus 180. So I'm thinking they're going to leaning KPJ not playing. So I really like that. And then I'm also looking in that game too. Tari Eason, his points was 7.5. And over the last 3 games, he's gone over with KPJ in with 18, 13, and 9. He's a player, anytime one of the starting players is out for the Rockets, he picks up most of the minutes because he's a player that want to give a lot of opportunity. I just think 7.5 is a really low line in a game that's going to be with virtually no defense. So yeah, that's what I'm on.
Okay. Hey, Bookie, real quick, what was that same game parlay with Trey Jones again? I mean, I know the odds gonna like drastically change now without Devin Vassell being there. What was it?
So it was 10+ points, 6+ assists, and San Antonio plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5. Okay.
Plus 100 when I built it out this morning, and I just tried again to see where the odds changed. It was minus 130.
Minus 130. Okay. Okay. Appreciate that, my guy. I hope you cash it, man. Of course.
Good looks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me get to Frank Gang real quick. And then Amar, I'm gonna come to you. Love the looks by Bookie though. Somebody got to step up on the San Antonio Spurs, and why not? you ain't got a better chance to step up against this Houston Rockets defense. It's pretty bad. Frag, if you can hear me, bro, the floor is yours. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. What's going on? You got to play?
Yeah. So I got to play in a Nuggets game. I'm looking at I placed it. I like Jokic at let me see what I got it at. Yeah, I like Jokic's points at 23.5. I was watching the Mavericks game last game, and they were just sending the doubles on them like every time he touched the ball. So I played his assist that game because I don't know, they were just very undersized. They couldn't really man up on them one-on-one, so they were just doubling. So I think they'll have a lot more opportunities to score with, Blazers having a little bit more size with Nurkic. I think Eubanks might be out, but I like that spot for him. And then also, I've been noticing Gordon's usage. He's just been a beast on the glass and just cleaning up all those extra dunk downs and I think just 15.5 is too low for him. So I'm thinking I like both of them, 23.5 for Jokic and Eric Gordon 15.5.
Eric Gordon 15.5 too. Yeah, the Jokic play is interesting because like just looking at his game log is one thing that I looked at. He shot the ball so like he did not shot the ball so bad because he never really shoots the ball that bad. He was so unaggressive, I guess, and the game just kind of got away from him. I think he came out in that last game and tried to be a facilitator. I'm speaking specifically about the matchup. Nurkic will most likely try to guard him man up. So that's an interesting look, right? I like the look. I think he, in a desperation spot, I do think that, the players on their desperate teams, coming in off 3 straight losses, divisional game, I think Jokic does have a big game today for sure.
Yeah, because as soon as he touched it, they were just sending 2. He couldn't even. They started running a little pick and roll, and Bones Highland was kind of dipping it off to him, and he was getting a couple floaters in the lane. But by then, it was
too late.
When you got a 25.5 point total, you kind of want to at least get 8, 9, maybe even 10 points in the first quarter, because usually these star players, they'll play, majority of the first, and then they'll sit majority of the second, come back in later, and then so he kind of was just behind the 8 ball by then.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with your assessment on that for sure. Best of luck, Frank. I hope you cash it, bro.
I appreciate you, man. That was my first time speaking, and thanks for everything you do and stuff like that, man.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure. Best of luck to you. Amar, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Listen, honestly, yesterday the only official play I gave out was bold threes. The rest were just leans, but for leans, those were pretty good. Halliburton ended up hitting Turner. Halliburton assists and threes. Turner and D'Lo didn't hit, and neither did Mathurin. But yeah, they weren't too bad. And it's funny, as soon as I said the bull thing, they took it off, and I didn't even get to place it, so pretty sad about that. But today, just kind of leaning on Paul George going up against the Heat. He's played pretty well against the Heat last couple of matchups. No Kawhi today, so I feel like he's gonna just try to get his shots up, try to get in rhythm. Because when Kawhi does play with him, I'm not gonna say like they look terrible offensively, but their whole offense is just kind of predicated on hard pull-up jump shots and your turn, my turn. So I don't know. Maybe today we see a bit more Paul George just taking it over, and I would take his points and his threes.
Yeah, I kind of alluded to that earlier, Mo. I like Paul George in this spot too. I think it's a perfect spot to kind of, buy low on his points, especially without, Kawhi being there. Like I said, he hasn't looked the greatest, but that's another reason why you kind of buy low since he came back from the injury. It'll also be his first game in a back-to-back as well. So I could understand people, wanting to kind of stay off, but he typically dominates the ball when, Kawhi's not in there. So I like the look a lot. Amar, I like the look a lot on PG today. I talked about Miami. They're 22nd rated defensively at home. And if guys on Detroit can score the ball, I definitely expect PG to be able to score the ball even in the second game of a back-to-back. So second night of a back-to-back. So love the look. Couldn't talk you off of that one, my brother. I actually had that written down on my short list too. So I hope you cash it. Hope you cash it, my guy. 3 requests. That's it, man. Nobody else got any looks? Anybody else want to share anything? If not, we'll wrap it up early. If so, send me a request. Let's see. Matt Stoney said he got Bones Howland and Bruce Brown 10 points each at plus 1981. Okay. How do I feel about Gordon over 15.5 points? Let's see. How do I feel about Gordon? So Aaron Gordon had a really big game in the last game, and the guy is super inefficient. He's super inconsistent. I'm sorry. Typically has a good game, then has a bad game. Jeremy Grant's a pretty good defender. I wouldn't take Aaron Gordon in this game. I think it's more of a Jokic game because I do think that they probably play him, man up, and Jokic probably goes to work. I don't expect them to double Jokic, so I look for a big game from Jokic. I think the point prop is a little too low, but I'm not on it officially, so hope that helps. Got that question. If y'all got other questions, man, send me the questions too. I'll answer the questions. What's up, Ben? Let me see if I can get you connected. Hey, Ben, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Sorry about that.
No. You good. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Sorry, I just got in here. Did anybody speak on any player props in the Rockets game yet or no?
Yeah, I talked about I'm official on Eric Gordon, his threes. I just took him at 3 for plus 190. And then I'm also on Sengun rebounds over 8.5. I think it's a game where he could potentially have about 12. So I like his over rebounds at 8.5. Cool. But those two plays, I think, were pretty much the only ones mentioned. Bookie mentioned a same game parlay with Trey Jones.
Cool. I was on Sengun, but I was on his points.
Okay, over 14.5.
Rebounds for sure. Yeah, 14.5. He's averaging 15 this year, and I think the books have this set at 14.5 because he has some pretty negative road home splits. Like he hasn't been quite as productive on the road. But if you look, we obviously have a small sample size this year, and the two road games that are kind of knocking down that average, are games where he got in early foul trouble. And I checked, obviously last 7 games, I'm sure you looked at the same numbers I did, right? Like the Spurs were getting eaten alive down low. Not coincidentally, right? That's the same 6 games that, Jakob Poeltl's missed. So, and I think Jeremy Sochan's been out as well. But Poeltl's missed the last 6 games. They've been getting torched. No big man has gotten in foul trouble against the Spurs, over that 6-game span. So I would imagine, that Sengun won't be any different than that, right? We should have a pretty open game tonight there. Sengun's a little inconsistent. I had to decide between him and, Jabari Smith Jr., and I thought that Sengun's inconsistencies were a little more explainable than Jabari Smith's. Sengun's his own worst enemy. If he's not rebounding well or boxing out on the defensive end, he'll get benched. And if he gets in foul trouble, he will also get benched because, they're not going to play him, obviously, the fouls. But when he stays on the court, he's good for 16-plus more often than he's not. And based on the matchup tonight, this being the most positive matchup he's had so far this year, I love him to go over 14.5. We need an average game from him this year to cash this, and he's got the best matchup he's had this year. Not only are the Spurs allowing the most points over the last 7 games, and I think the second most points this season to opposing centers. They're also in the top 3 for opponent field goal percentage over that time too. So it's not just a sequence where we're seeing a couple really ball dominant setters light them up, and that's kind of skewing the stats. We're not talking about Joel Embiid or Jokic over that time. Look, I think the most dominant center they faced recently is DeAndre Ayton, who's not even the leading scorer on his own team. So we're talking. It was like over the last 6 games, this has been cashed 4 out of 6 times. The lowest was however you say that dude's name from it was Robinson Earl from the Thunder was the only guy who didn't really come close. But he only averages about 8 a game anyway, so I'm not really super concerned about him. Thomas Bryant cashed it, once out of 2 attempts against them. The first game he went for 15 and 9, so he actually cashed both of these, obviously. And then we had Valanciunas and Ayton both crushed it. So I feel really, really good about Şengün over 14 and a half. That's my only player prop play of the day in the NBA. I mean, I had an NFL play. I don't know if we talk about those in here or not. And then I took the Heat at -4 last night when I could get it right away. Obviously, that number's long gone now, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, man. I think you're on the right side of some things today, Ben. Best of luck to you, bro. What's up, Bookie? Coming back to you real quick before I get Black Thor up here.
Yeah, I built out what you were talking about, the Eric Gordon 3+3s, and then you said Şengün rebounds, right?
Yeah, 8.5.
Yeah, I put that to 10 just to see what the odds would be. It was +600, the Gordon 3+, and then the Şengün 10 rebounds, and then I think 8.5, and the 2 threes by Gordon is that's +195. Şengün's rebounds and Gordon 2 + 3s. I'm actually put a little happy on that.
Yeah, I like that.
What if you added Şengün 10 points on there for the double-double?
Şengün 10 points? All right, yeah. 1 second. This is being super slow. All right. Rebounds 10+. Şengün. Points 10+. Şengün. So Şengün's double-double built out is +141. That's actually pretty solid.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say what that was, though. Yeah, I'm done that.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that too, Bookie. Appreciate the looks, and I appreciate you running those, to give us those eyes too. Yeah, if you guys are into parlaying, and I know a lot of people are, take the parlays, man. Definitely take the parlays. Black Thor, what's going on? Let me kick it to you. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Yo, Chris, how are you, man?
I'm good, bro. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm all right. I like your play on the 8.5 rebounds, but like I said, I like to, like I said, as long as Şengün stays out of foul trouble, I like him for a double-double. Probably, I think FanDuel has it at a +145, so I was just thinking about that. Like you said, if you like 8.5, you right around 10, and the way this pace of the game going to go, like I said, as long as he gets out of foul trouble, you should have no problem clearing both of those lines.
Yeah. I agree with that, Black Thor. You take anybody at 8.5 rebounds, you probably think they're gonna get at least 10. So his point prop at 14.5. So you kind of gotta like the double-double. So I'm with you there. I think you could play the double-double if you wanted to. He probably gets it. I'm more of a cautious better. I don't know if anybody figured it out. I don't do a lot of parlays. I don't do a lot of alt lines, but they cash, and if you're profitable doing them, every now and then I will, but I typically don't. So, and I typically don't like giving them out either. I typically I'll play them sometimes without giving them out. I'll give out a lot every now and then, but most of the time I don't. I do think it's some potential to have some ladders in this game cash. So if you want to take them, you could build them all the way up to 14 and 14. If they give you the opportunity, and I'm pretty sure that's really good money too. So. Like the double-double, Black Thor. Absolutely, bro. Best of luck to you today, too, man. Best of luck to you. Any more requests? If so, shoot me a request. But yeah, if not, I'll go back over mine. Like I said, we got a lot of really good games tomorrow that I'm really, really looking forward to. I low-key want to start talking about them now, but I'm gonna wait till in the morning. NBA ChrisBeCappinn show. I'll get back there, but send me a request if you got anything, man. Crano, I'm trying to get you up. Can you hear me? Crano, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, Andy.
I'm doing okay. What you got?
Actually, I didn't get your official play for the Rockets game.
The Rockets game, I'm on Eric Gordon threes. I took him at 3 threes made at plus 190. And then Alphonse Sengun over 8.5 rebounds. I played both of those.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude. Best of luck to you tonight. I got a couple more before we wrap up. Look like it's gonna be a shorter show today, which is fine with me. Gigi, can you hear me?
Yeah, what up, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you, man?
I'm okay, bro. I'm okay. What you got? What you liking on the card today?
Hey, I'm going back with them .5s. Yesterday, them bitches hit.
You took Rudy Gobert assist.
I took Rudy assist. I took my DeMonte Sabonis 3-point and Bora 3-point. All of them hit, but I made that a parlay. And I added Trae Young assist over 9. He fucked me over yesterday.
Oh man, you added the weak leg and it didn't
I
catch.
added the weakest one. I should have just kept all the .5s on there.
What you should have did was played all of them straight and put a 10th of a unit on that parlay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
So I just put that in mind.
I promise you, if I put 3+ money plays in the parlay and the one minus leg don't hit, I'll probably quit gambling. I'll probably never bet again in my life, bro. You know how hard that is, though. Oh man, but yeah, what you on today, man? What you liking?
I'm going back with the .5s. I don't know. I'm not too strong on Jokic 3-point shot. I took it anyway. Jokic over 1-3, Josh Hart over 1-3, John Wall over 1-3, and Jalen Green over 3 threes.
You ain't parlayed though, right? You played them straight.
I'm about to make it straight right now since you
Okay.
brought that up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Bet. So you got Jokic 1-3. You got Wall. You got Wall at 1-3.
Yep.
You got who else? Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. Yep.
Hart at 1-3. Okay.
And Jalen Green over 2 threes. It's 2.5.
Jalen Green. That's 3 threes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I parlayed that, and I'm gonna just make it straight since you just brought that up.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, put a little bit on that parlay, man. Play them things straight, man. You thank me in the long run. You gonna thank yourself in the long run.
Yeah.
Hey, best of luck. Go ahead, G. What was you gonna add, Gigi?
I was about to say I hit yesterday on the unders. I put all under Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Booker, Aiden, Tatum. I just went under on everything, bro. And I put 10 cents on this. Guess the odds. It was 8,000 plus odds, and I hit. Oh
wow! What was your reasoning behind going under on everybody?
I made it because every time I go over on these motherfuckers, they like to go under. So I'm like, fuck it, man. This shit is really blowing me now. So I made a whole list full of overs. Then I made the opposite full of unders. And the under hit.
Hey, long as the outcome is income, bro. Long as you can do it steady, get you a little method behind it, you might be onto something, bro.
Okay. But yeah, I just had to get that out there. Just the 1 over the 1-3. That's all I need, man. It ain't hard.
Word. Best of luck, Gigi. I hope you cash these tonight, bro. Especially,
Sure,
especially most of them. So I hope your whole parlay hit, but I hope the straights hit, bro. Hope you can get them threes from them guys that you need tonight, man.
Yeah, good looking, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Best of luck to you, bro. Let me get I'm trying to get you up, Al Flash. Can you hear me? If so, the floor is yours, my guy.
Yeah, I could hear you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, you good.
All right. First and foremost, man, I just want to say, what you're doing for the community and stuff. We really appreciate that, because being the fact that we all know that how difficult this gambling could be. So I appreciate that a lot, man. But one play that I'm looking at that's been hitting for me recently is Josh Hart point. Usually when Damian Lillard and Simmons is playing, the usage of them, his points usually go under. Like they usually go under 11.5. I'm looking at the 11.5 right now. It's juiced up to minus 210. But I feel like his 9.5 points under should hit. But if you want to play safe, I will go with the 10.5 points.
10.5 points?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then and you also can't go wrong with his rebounding too. because he usually pretty good at crashing the boards. But at 6.5, like I usually play at like 6. So just like what's his name was saying, like that half points, like it usually be killing me. So instead of me playing the over 6.5, like I would just do like 6 or over 5 or something.
Okay, I can see that.
That's all I got, man.
Okay, hey, best of luck, Al.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely, bro. Anytime you got to look, you want to share it, definitely, send me a request, man. Da, I think is how you pronounce that. What's going on, my brother? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, man? You can hear me?
Yeah, you good?
I bet. What's up with y'all fellas, man?
Pretty good, bro. How you doing today?
I can't make a noise, man. Hey, look, man, I just want to say the NBA been some shit lately, man. For real.
Tell me about it.
Like, that AD shit should have been voided, man. That shit. How the fuck you step on the court for 2 minutes and then you got a fucking flu? Make that make sense.
Yeah, they say he tried to tough it out, man. They say he tried to tough it out and couldn't. It didn't work.
We got some 3-leg game today. Some shitty ass teams, but we gonna make it work. For the Clippers Miami game, what y'all think about Bam with 20 plus points? Because he's been playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, it really, for me, when I'm thinking about Bam, it's just how aggressive he's gonna be, right? Like, right. I don't think Zubac is the worst defender. I think Miami needs a win. So anytime you got the motivation, any of those guys could go off. I didn't cap it, so I can't. I don't have a really really strong opinion on it. Bam's not somebody I typically bet on for his points, but who knows, man? Like you said, it's everything kind of up in the air. Anything can happen in these games in the NBA, man. So I wouldn't tell you not to take it because then it might hit.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, that's like my second choice. But I think I like Kawhi or Paul George 20 plus points.
So Kawhi's out.
I like Paul George then because I don't know. I think he's getting back to his rhythm because he's not consistent like he used to be but now it's like he's trying to get that rhythm back because Kawhi is out and he's been out lately. So they need somebody to step up tonight.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Somebody gonna have to step up for sure. We're gonna see who it's gonna be, man. Definitely see who it's gonna be.
Houston. I don't know, man. What y'all think?
I think it could be a trap, man. The Spurs gonna win a game sooner or later. It might be tonight. But I could see Houston, coming off the big win against the Rockets, the other against the 76ers the other day. I could see them, securing 2 in a row. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
San Antonio, I don't know. I like the Spurs, man. The Spurs look decent at times because they're getting coached by one of the greatest coaches. So, but I don't know. They're another team that's just up and down. So,
yeah, they definitely are, man. They definitely are. You got any more looks?
Yeah. So, but I like Damian Lillard to go off tonight, man. I think he's due for something, man. It's been a while.
Okay. What you taking him at?
I'm taking him over 24.5 points.
24.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you, bro. I hope you cash it.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.
Absolutely, bro. Same to you, man. Same to you. Vaughn, can you hear me? I think you got kicked off, Vaughn. Send me another request. P, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, man. What's going on, man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm chilling. I see a lot of familiar faces in here, man. So I figure I drop a little 3-legger for the night, man. It's an assist parlay though. I stick to the script. Paul George 4 assists. He's been covering the 4.5 on the road. Even at home, this is another road game for him. I like Anthony Simons, 4 assists. He's been covering that. Check the last 10 games. He's been killing that. And my favorite one tonight is a little different. I normally play him over assists, but tonight he on the road. I'm gonna take Jalen Green under 4.5. Those 3 leggers is a plus 307. He doesn't pass the ball on the road. But if you look, he hit him at home, but on the road, he doesn't cover that number. So My parlay for the night gonna be Paul George 4, Anthony Simons 4, Jalen Green under is number 4.5.
Okay. Sound like you did your work on it, bro. That's all that matters.
Yeah. You might not know, man. I do my thing around these parts. You heard?
Absolutely, bro. I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. Best of luck to you, bro. That's the only thing you playing tonight, P?
Say that again?
I said that's the only thing you playing tonight?
Oh no, I gotta, I just wanted. I mean, if you don't mind, I could, I could go into some plays if you don't mind.
Hey, go ahead, bro. The floor is yours. You share as much as you want to.
Word. I'm looking at I'm from Philly, man, so I'm looking at Marcus Morris tonight, man. But I'm looking at his rebounds as well. Who they playing up against the Heat? No Jimmy. I don't think they don't got. I'm sure Jimmy not playing.
Nah, Jimmy in.
He is playing.
Yeah, he playing.
He's from Philly, man. Give me him. Give me him for 4 rebounds. But the person that I like to score the ball in this game, Tyler Hero. I actually ordered his line at 22.5. I just like that, man. No Kawhi. Paul George, he just a lazy on the offense when it comes to scoring. I just see him being a top scorer of the game tonight. They on the back-to-back. Who they just played last night? Or in Orlando, even though it's like a little light travel, it's at an hour travel.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me Tyler Hero, man. Just give me him to score. I don't play like every stat. What's it called? Like the leader of the game and all that. So I just pretty much just alter him to 22.5. Get some plus money, man. You know how that shit go.
Absolutely.
My fault for the language, man.
No. I don't care, bro. Curse. I don't care.
Word.
I don't care.
But I heard somebody talk Sengun. I like his points. Like I said, I don't play certain markets. So like the double, that's not something I really play. But I like his points tonight. I don't like 15, but you get them 10, 12 parlay with something nice. I like these 3 games because it's something you can focus in. But you know how people got like well plays with the bomb emojis and the dynamite emojis.
Yeah.
My shit tonight gonna be Bruce Brown, 8.5 rebounds and assist combo. I'm not really a straight better. I'm just learning how to straight bet, so I think I'm gonna fuck with that joint tonight though. Straight bet. Bruce Brown, 8.5 rebound and assist combo.
Bruce Brown, 8.5 rebounds plus assists.
Yeah, it's the combo under player combos.
Yeah. I know.
You can't. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Okay.
That number, if you check it the past 10 games, he's been killing it. I think he probably missed it once or twice.
Okay. Hey, I like that look. I actually like that look. I think you could play that anytime Michael Porter Jr. not in the game. They definitely need somebody to step up too. So I could see it, bro. I could definitely see it, man. Best of luck.
What you got for me, my boy? What you got for me, bro?
You must have joined late, man. I gave out 4 officials. I'm on the Clippers and the Heat over the 213.5. It's dropped down to 212.5, I think now. I'm on that official. Eric Gordon, I took his threes. San Antonio allowing teams to shoot 40% from the 3-point line, worst in the league by far. I took his 3 threes at plus 190. Denver first quarter. I think if they have a chance to win, it's going to be early. They typically fade in the second half, especially in the when they're on the road. So I took them first quarter on the money line. And Sengun, I took his rebounds over 8.5, all straight bets.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, man. Best of luck to everything you got going on tonight, my boy.
My God, appreciate that, P.
Yo, I'll tap in another night, man. Hey, yo, Guap, Young, Kim, I see y'all down there, man. I holler at y'all. That guy, appreciate you, boy. Good looks, Chris.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I love the Philly vibes, man. And
yeah, man, we outside for real, man.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Best of luck to you, P. Come back anytime, bro. I do these shows every day at 5:15, bro.
Hey, yo, we be having this. It's crazy. I get off 5 p.m. So, I work. I ain't no lying there. I work at regular job, 8:30 to 5. So, yeah, man, that's like a good time. I don't mind stopping by. You know how that shit go, man. I definitely pop up.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.
Yeah, hopefully you wrote some of that shit down, man. You can hold me accountable for that shit, too. I come back. I show my face. You know what I mean?
Word. I love it. I love it. Love the accountability. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Best of luck to you, P.
No doubt, Chris. Yo, shout out to Death Row, man. I'm out, man.
Word. Vaughn, what's going on, bro? Kick it to you. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Yo, what's good, bro?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm good, bro. So these are 6 teams that I typically don't bet on. I just FanDuel. I guess they heard me in the car. I was in the car. I'm like, man, I'll do something if I get a free bet. I get in the house. I'd be damn if FanDuel like send me a free bet. So I guess they got my phone hacked. I'm taking Eric Gordon for 20 points. I typically got a whole lot of analysis about why I like shit.
You said Eric Gordon, Vaughn, or Aaron Gordon?
Eric Gordon for 20 points.
Eric Gordon, okay. Okay, Houston, Eric Gordon, okay.
Yeah, Houston, Eric Gordon. Plus 550 at 20 points. I have no reason at all why I'm playing this. It's just a guess against San Antonio defense. This is very unlike me to take a play that I haven't really researched. I just know San Antonio defense is bad. I was looking at Jalen Green a little earlier. On the road, he's, I think, first or second worst of players averaging first or second worst in field goal percentage with players who are shooting at least 13 attempts per game. So I don't know if he's first or second worst. But on the road, his shooting percentage is god awful. So couldn't get behind that even against the San Antonio defense. So I'm going with Eric Gordon. I just clicked on 20 points. I said plus 550. That's what I'm rolling with. No analysis at all. Waiting on that Boston train to get rolling soon, and I'm gonna just keep blindly betting on them.
Word, okay. Blind bets, okay, Vaughn.
Hey, Doug, if you done took Boston first half total, first quarter total, or team total, you up a whole lot of units right now. I know you gave out something about EV analytics. And I just be going on there just looking at shit like on a day like today when I don't have any bets. And some of these teams is rolling that we are paying attention to, like Boston, but some of these other teams that are not as well. Just a couple of it's some trends that's cashing at a high rate and people are not paying attention to. So that's what I use days like today for. So soon I'm back on that under for the Pacers. First quarter, it cashed again last night. Bless you. That Boston should cash in at a too high of a rate to not be taken. So I'm waiting on that green machine to get rolling, and I'm back on the train with Boston until somebody beat them. And I'm gonna just start playing their money line every night as well. It sounds like bad gambling advice, but they're winning at too high of a rate and scoring at too high of a rate to not take it at this point. So I'll take it until it don't cash and then reevaluate from there.
Word, okay. Okay. I couldn't talk you off of it, Vaughn. I couldn't talk you off of it, my guy. Any more requests? It is 6:20. Man, we got like 10 minutes left if I got more requests. If not, that's totally cool too. I'll review these. Somebody asked me in the comment section what's my favorite games from tomorrow. It actually isn't even one. It's a lot of stuff to like for tomorrow, man. I haven't completely, dug completely into the slate for tomorrow, but you got a lot of playoff revenge games tomorrow. It's a lot on tomorrow's card for sure. So I won't talk too much about it, but just looking ahead, you got the Knicks and the Hornets, the Wizards and the Pacers, the Raptors and the Magic. The Raptors are the Magic. That number of 6.5 and 7 being a favorite at the crib. It's all the way up to 8 now. They play well as a home favorite. I mean, as a home dog. I think yesterday make 6-1 against the spread when they're catching 7.5 or 6.5 points or more. Hawks and the Nets. That's another game from last year that meant a lot in the play-in round. The Kings and the Cavs. Lakers play Philly in a bounce-back spot. Suns and Pelicans playoff. Timberwolves Jazz playoffs. And then the Bucks and the Mavericks as well. So we'll break those games down tomorrow. Real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get my guy Ben back up here. I think Ben got something else. Ben, can you hear me? Maybe not. Kick it to my guy, Ski. Ski, what up, man?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
I was gonna say, I thought you was going to bed. My thing was cutting out. But yeah, man, it's a lot of cutting up going on today, man. I'm going to play this.
Bring some order in here, Ski. Get us back on track, man.
Hey, I don't know if anybody mentioned the play today though, but you got to look at Jeremy Grant. Going against his old team, Denver. Last 2 times he played him, he had 21, he had 29. He's averaging 30 the last 7 games. He's averaging 23 on the season. I just think you really got to look at Jeremy Grant over 20.5 points. So that's an edge, and so I'm gonna fire on that edge. You feel
feel me? And as many edges as you think you have, you should fire. But if you don't have no edge, you shouldn't be firing. That's how I feel. That's all I got.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Ski. I talked about that yesterday, man. Like the first quarter play didn't hit yesterday, the over 58.5 between the Thunder and the Grizzlies, but I was fully expecting it to be 63 points in the first quarter. I thought it'd be like 33 to 31. I wasn't just taking it because I thought it was going to be 59 points. So, like Ski said, you do got to find an edge. And if Jeremy Grant went out tonight and scored 24 points, I don't think it would surprise anybody. If he scored 22 or 30, I don't think it would surprise anybody. So I like that 20.5 number as well, Ski. It kind of goes well with the Damian Lillard over 6.5 assists as well, because he should be able to get the guys involved. They have three, really good scorers right now. With him, probably taking the back seat to Jeremy Grant and Anthony Simon. So I like the play, Ski. I like the Jeremy Grant over 20.5 points a lot.
Let's both cash together.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Ski. I'm telling you. I'll tell you on that. Jeremy Grant over 20.5 points. I'm with Ski on that. I'm also official on the Clippers and the Heat over the 213.5. Eric Gordon, 3 threes, plus 190. Sengun over 8.5 rebounds. And Denver first quarter money line. Oh, I was about to close out too. Ben, can you hear me? If so, I'm going to kick it back to you before we close out.
Yeah. I was going to touch on two trends that I saw that are for tomorrow, if you don't mind, because I know tomorrow's going to be a lot. We don't want to say too much tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll probably just give out plays. I probably won't even break the games down just to kind of keep us on a time crunch. Yeah, I'll probably just like quick analysis on the game. Try to make mine about 20 minutes for all the games, and then just pass it. Yeah, but what you got? What you looking at tomorrow, man?
So Memphis is undefeated at home when they're more than a bucket favorite. So when it's over 3 points, so if it's 4 or more, they're undefeated at home. So one thing I'm trying to do is like kind of NFL style teaser, like almost tease these money lines down with a player performance double, because I hear some people in here with player performance doubles, and I had never really looked at that before. So I'm going to do it until it goes broke. Like Morant 7 assists in Memphis money line. Last game on a 7-point spread, it was I think it was minus 118. And Morant's averaging like 8.3 assists at home. For the season, the books obviously, like they're a little sharper with how they set these points bets, but for the rebounds, assists, everything else, they're not quite as sharp with these different kinds of trends with players in and out of the lineups in different environments. We've seen in these blowout type games, Morant at home is averaging 3.5 points less than he does on the road, but he's averaging 1.5 more assists at home.
Mm-hmm.
And Morant, like, he stayed in the other night basically till he got that triple-double and then bounced. I think that's something he's just trying to do more to prove that he's not just a scorer this year. Because he's averaging a career high in assists. He's averaging even more than that at home. So Morant, 7 assists in Memphis to win. If that's less than minus 140, I'm probably going to rock with that tomorrow. And then, Chris, I kind of figured out why we both missed that Garland play a couple weeks ago or a week ago on the assists. He's averaging almost 3 more assists, like 2.7 more assists per game with Jared Allen in the lineup rather than out.
Mm-hmm. That's them 2 lobs that he throw per game.
Exactly. It's like it's a million of them, right? Like he gets in the lane and they all just crash, and it's just like the easy, like basically running back handoff and Allen dunk or the lob, right? It's like he's literally good for 3 of those a game, and I guess I underestimated how much that chemistry mattered. I mean, first game back the other day, what he have 11 or 12 assists? Like maybe we can catch the book sleeping and see if they set it at 8.5 again tomorrow rather than 9.5. Because if it's 8.5 with Allen in the lineup at home, I feel like that's just got to kind of be an auto bet at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. I could definitely see it. Like that look a lot. Ben. I'm glad you're looking ahead to tomorrow too, man.
That's all I have for you.
Okay. All right. Best of luck to you, my brother. Best of luck to you. I hope you cash them tomorrow. Like I said, I haven't broken that game down quite, 100% yet for tomorrow. I do think, Timberwolves got the playoff revenge angle. I don't know. I got to look into it a little bit more. But best of luck to you guys, man. Everybody who shared a play. I hope you guys all cash. Shout out to the speakers. I never shout out the speakers enough, man. Shout out to Ski, Ben, Vaughn, some other smart guys in here as well. I see Joey down there. I see Dream back in here today. Shout out to Dream, man. Dream, you hit on that on Malik Monk yesterday, man. Shout out to Dream. It's a lot of smart guys in here, man. Appreciate you guys for joining the show as always. Like I said, hit the like button for me. Sure to show some support, man. I'll be back tomorrow, 6 a.m. Whoa, not 6 a.m. 7 a.m. For the Cash Day with Chris show, breaking down some of these games, trying to get ahead of some of these lines for tomorrow. Probably have a few official plays tomorrow. I like the slate for tomorrow for sure. So best of luck to you guys this evening. Be back tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Before we leave, KC, you got a play you want to share?
Hey man, I just want to say good show. But my favorite play for today? No, I'm just kidding. Good show, man. Good show.
All right, man. Best of luck to you guys tonight, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Like I said, Cash Day with Chris, 7 a.m. ChrisBeCappinn NBA show, 5:15. I'm out, y'all.